channel. We are live. Hi, Darlene. You're the first one on. You're like, I am ready. So I missed you guys last week. Last week I was on vacation, so I pre-recorded the live, and I actually missed you guys. I can't wait till I can get into what we're going to be talking about tonight. So how did you guys do last night? I'm sorry, last week. How did you guys do last week without me? Did you see my pre-recorded live last week about the vacation tips? Let me know. And so tonight, you guys, we are talking about troubleshooting keto flu symptoms. So we're going to talk about that tonight. I am also going to it worked out really good for me the week before last when let me just get centered. The week before last when I did my tablet so that I can actually see. My glasses are steaming up. That's weird. So I can actually see the comments. So I'm going to do that again here. While people are joining. So welcome back to my channel, you guys. Let me know where in the country or the world you are from. Put it in the comments and let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm mic'd up, so should be good. And I am going to pop on my own YouTube live so I can see all of the questions and comments. So you guys, tonight we're going to be talking about keto flu symptoms, you guys. Oh my goodness, I wish I had someone. Okay, we have God's Girl in West Covina, California. Awesome. And let's see where. All right. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Where else are we in the world or in the country? Where are you watching from? All right. All right, so now I can see everything. I can see all the questions and everything. Awesome. All right, so you guys, let's get into it. Let me grab my notes. Let's see. All right. Okay, so you guys, keto flu. When I first started my ketogenic lifestyle journey, I did not have anyone to go over this with me. I had, as things came up, I had to figure out how to deal with the symptoms, but I never gave up. I just had to figure it out. So I thought it would be great if I could just tell you guys ahead of time what symptoms you might get, and some people get them, some people don't, and then how to troubleshoot them. So we're going to do that right now, and then I'm going to have time to give you guys a quick channel update and do some questions and answers for you guys, or any other troubleshooting that you guys need if you're running into any kind of challenges. All right, so let's see here. All right, you guys. So let's talk about how your body works for a minute before we get into the keto flu symptoms. So all of our life, when we're eating a standard American diet, basically, if our body were a car, we would be running the car on fuel that comes from carbohydrates, and that would be glucose. So carbohydrates it turns into glucose, and then that's the fuel that we're using to run this body. When we go keto or carnivore, low carb varieties of diet, anywhere under that umbrella, our body, if the carbs get low enough, so that's why there's a difference between low carb and keto. If the carbs get low enough, like in the keto carnivore area, your body will switch over from using carbs that turn into glucose for fuel to using fat and turning that into ketones for fuel. And ketones are the optimal fuel. That's where the healing happens. Our brain loves ketones. When we're babies, we're born into ketosis. Like, ketones are awesome. We just haven't utilized that most of our life. So when you first start a ketogenic lifestyle, you may have some keto flu. And all that is, you guys, is it's just your body getting used to, okay, we don't have any more carbs. How are we going to run this body? How are we going to drive this car with no fuel? Okay, let's make fuel out of the fat. Let's take the fat and turn it into ketones. So your body has to get used of that. It has to get used to that process. So what is keto flu and why does it happen? Okay, so I just told you the first reason that it happens is you are having a fuel source shift. Your body's fuel source is shifting from burning sugar to burning ketones. And it needs time to do that. It hasn't had to do that. And it only does that when the carbs are low enough. So that's the main reason why you might get like a keto flu. And we're going to go over some of those symptoms in a minute. Hey, KHE, I seen you pop in from Walnut. That's Walnut, California. Awesome. So that is one of the reasons why we get keto flu. The other reason is whenever you have a withdrawal in carbs, that's so drastic, we lose a lot of bodily fluids and inflammation. So what holds on to water retention are the carbs. So a lot of times some people, when they get high blood pressure, they're given a water pill, and the water pill helps them to release the pressure. And the water pill helps them to release the water because the body's holding on to that water. When you have carbs, you're going to retain water. That's one of the main symptoms of metabolic disease. So once you stop having the carbs, or you get them low enough, your body is going to release water and inflammation, and it does it pretty rapidly. So over a few days, you're gonna be going to the bathroom more. You're gonna be peeing, getting up to pee. Your body's getting rid of all of that excess fluid, all of that inflammation. You might notice that quickly. If you have swollen ankles, you might see that reduce. Knees. It's getting rid of the inflammation and the extra water that we do not need. So that is another reason why we get a keto flu, because when that happens, a lot's happening at the same time. The third reason is you're having an electrolyte shift. You're having an electrolyte shift. Whenever your body loses weight, whenever there's a weight change in your body, a carb change in your body, you're going to notice throughout, not just in the beginning of your keto carnivore, but throughout your ketogenic lifestyle journey, if you have a lot of weight to lose, like I did, 90 pounds, I had to revisit my electrolytes a lot, because every time you have a body weight shift, a change in carbs, that affects your electrolytes. That affects how much water your body's holding on to and how much it's releasing. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later, but basically your electrolytes are shifting. If you're on a standard American diet and your body's used to holding on to all the fluid and inflammation, and then you get it low enough, you're going to have an electrolyte shift. So that's easy to fix. We're going to talk about that. Actually, we're going to talk about that right now. Okay, so those are the four main reasons that that keto flu happens to some people. You have a carb withdrawal symptoms and cravings and stuff like that. You have a fuel source shift, so your body's changing its fuel tank, electrolyte shift, and then body weight changes. And all of this, the first week, all of this is happening. So you have to give your body a chance to learn, okay, how do I drive this car now? It's not used to driving that type of car. When you get a new car and you're getting used to driving it, right? So that's what it is and why it happens. So now let's talk about the symptoms, you guys, the symptoms. I'm going to talk about the most common symptoms of keto flu, and tell me in the comments if I hit one that you that you have or that you have dealt with. So one of the main things is fatigue. You feel tired, you get tired. That is one of the main symptoms because of all of those things that I just mentioned that are going on in your body happening at once. Your body needs like just a rest. You're going to feel fatigued when you're changing from a regular standard American diet to a ketogenic type of diet. You also might get a dull headache, like a little slight dull headache. When you're fatigued and you have a dull headache, I have more, but I want to talk about those two while I'm here. That usually is because you don't have enough sodium. And we were trained to not have sodium. You guys, we were trained to not have salt. It causes high blood pressure. It's not like what causes high blood pressure. It's just that when you are eating that many carbs and you have metabolic disease, our body can't handle the salt well. And so, but it's not the high blood pressure. It's not the reason. So we need salt, you guys. When you start a ketogenic diet and your mind is like afraid to have salt and you have a dull headache, if you drink a cup of chicken broth, or I'm going to talk about electrolytes in a minute, that when the sodium gets low, you guys, that is like one of the main things that happen. You're tired and you have a dull headache. So have you had any of these symptoms? Let me know in the comments. So fatigue, dull headache, you guys, this next one, oh Lord Jesus, leg cramps, you guys, leg cramps. So I'm going to talk about this for a minute because that is one of my, oh my gosh, the leg cramps. I tried so many different electrolytes for so long. I would get leg cramps, every little thing. Now, before I mention, whenever you have slight changes in your diet and in your weight and in your water intake, you can get leg cramps. So electrolyte imbalance, it's so personal and it's so needs to be perfect. Okay, so KHE is saying yes, she gets headache, fatigue, and diarrhea. Okay, we're going to talk about that next. So yes, those are all electrolyte imbalances. And God's girl, she's saying I've experienced headaches and leg cramps. Okay, yes, so leg cramps, you guys, let me talk about that for a minute. If you do not have your electrolytes, a proper balance of your electrolytes, and I'm going to talk about the one I take in a minute, those leg cramps are no joke. And why is it always in the middle of the night when you're trying to get some sleep? So the thing that I want to mention to you is when you have fluctuations in your carb intake, your weight, which, you know, we're losing weight right now, so there's going to be fluctuations in that. Or if you're drinking enough water or not, all of those things affect your electrolyte balance. So there's not like a perfect formula that I could say, hey, do this and it'll all be gone, because we each can have a different formula. But what we are going to do is we're going to start at a baseline in just a minute. We're going to move on to how to troubleshoot. So leg cramps. Number 3, brain fog. You're irritable. You are sad sometimes, brain fog, brain stuff. You guys, that is just temporary. It's temporary and it's happening because you're switching from one thing to another. And you guys, ketogenic diets, they are effective. They are so effective and they are so powerful. And that's why this would be a good time for me to tell you that this is food for thought. It's not medical advice. Please contact your doctor and have a checkup or whatever you need to do before you start any dietary plan. I have to say that this is a powerful diet. So if you are on any blood pressure medicines, diabetes medicine, insulin, anything like that, there's other things too that you can check with your doctor about, but those two for sure, within just a day or two, your body starts fixing itself rapidly. So if you're on a high dose of one of those and then you cut those carbs back and your body doesn't need it as much, it could take you too low, and that can be dangerous. So please check with your physician. You may have to find, all physicians don't believe in a ketogenic diet, so you may have to find like an alternate one that's not your primary that you can go to. I know one that's, well, Rivero, Sean Baker's company, Rivero, they are a source that you can use to wing you down off of some of those medicines. Because if you're taking blood pressure or a insulin, and you stop eating the carbs, you're just not going to need it, and you're going to have to be wung, which is like so good, right? But it's dangerous, and you should not do it yourself. So long story short, brain fog, and you're irritable and you're just sad and stuff like that, that will pass in about a weekish. For me, it's like my magic number is like 3 days. Once I'm like 3 days, then I'm like good. But as far as the muscle cramps, that takes a little bit longer to master for some people. I had a hard time with that for a few years until I found LMNT, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. That's the electrolyte that I've been using for the last 3-4 years. So the next symptom, KHE, your bowel movements may change, you guys. Your bowel movements may change, and we're all different. And for me, I got constipated. So for some people, they get diarrhea. But the thing is, when I was on a standard American diet, I never had any bowel problems or anything. But when I first went keto, I was constipated. But after my body got used to keto, that went away. But I also had to switch my electrolytes. So you might be at different phases of your journey in your weight loss and becoming and getting into ketosis. And you might have to change your electrolytes based on your symptoms, because all the symptoms are not permanent, and some go away after your body gets used to being in ketosis. So let me know in the comments. I see that there's 8 of you on. Let me know where you're from, and let me know, have you had fatigue, headaches, muscle cramps, brain fog, or bowel movement adjustments that need to happen on your keto diet. These symptoms, you guys, some people can't even get past it. They just give up. The first week, first couple of days, it gets uncomfortable and they just give up. It's not permanent. The benefits are so awesome and so worth it if you could just hang in there and let your body get used to running itself on ketones instead of glucose. So you guys, those are there's a lot more symptoms, but those are the most common symptoms. So K-Day's asking, do I take electrolytes every day? Yes, I take electrolytes every day, but my electrolytes look different now than they did in the beginning of my journey. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit more right now. Also, KHE says brain fog is my baseline, so she gets brain fog. Yeah, it's temporarily, as long as you stay on path. I'm going to talk about that in a minute too. Darlene gets headaches, leg cramps, constipated, but it definitely will go away. Yes, it does go away. It does go away. So those are some of the symptoms, you guys. I'm going to now tell you 5 tips that you can do to troubleshoot those symptoms. So the main thing, you guys, when you start a ketogenic journey, you lose so much fluid. You lose so much fluid. We may not be used to drinking what we think is a lot of water, but what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some things to get you baseline, and then you're going to have to test and then tweak it one way or the other to make it best for you. But don't worry, because we'll have question and answers every week and we can get it tweaked. But basically, number one, you guys have to stay hydrated. Number one, stay hydrated. You need to drink water, especially that in that beginning week when you're losing so much. I'm talking, some people have lost 5 to 10 pounds in that first week, and they have flushed out so much of their electrolytes and inflammation. So it's okay, that transition that you have to go to, but just know you need to stay hydrated. You need, if you don't have a baseline on how much you should drink, try doing half of your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 150 pounds, shoot for 75 ounces of water. You can tweak it from there, but you got to start with a baseline, just to make sure that you're getting enough water. If you're not getting enough water, you can, even if you have your electrolytes dialed in perfectly and you're not getting enough water, you guys, those leg cramps are no joke. So just not, even if you, because I know my electrolytes are dialed in perfectly because I've done it so long, but when I don't have enough water on those days and I get I didn't drink enough water today. And I know I didn't. So you guys stay hydrated. Number one is stay hydrated. Get your water in. Number two, take electrolytes from the beginning. Do not wait until you're a week, 2 weeks. Do not wait until you get the symptoms, because a lot of people, they think, oh yes, I can do this. I can do this keto carnivore. They get 2 days and they're like, oh, this is too hard. I don't feel good. You guys, I'm telling you, start the electrolytes from day one. Do not wait. Start the electrolytes. I'm gonna stay on the electrolytes a little bit because it could be very specific. In the beginning, when I started, I did several different brands of electrolytes. I'm not even going to bring them up because the one that I feel worked the best for me is LMNT. So it's LMNT. It has the perfect balance of sodium, magnesium, and potassium. Those three in that perfect balance is what you need that will help you not have so many of these symptoms, especially that sodium. You guys, even with my other electrolytes, I wasn't having enough sodium because we've been trained to be afraid. So even with when I had my other electrolytes, I would get in my magnesium, potassium, I'd have the little packets, but the sodium was not up there. Now, LMNT has 1,000, is it 1,000 something of sodium, 1,000 milligrams? I have a packet here. LMNT has 1,000, milligrams. What is it? I know this is going to be backwards for you guys, but this is my chocolate caramel LMNT that I really love. And I put a little bit in my coffee. Now, I don't drink this whole pack in my coffee. I put like a half teaspoon of this in my coffee. But LMNT has 1,000 milligrams of sodium. So people would freak out about that. But before I started using LMNT, I was still getting leg cramps and taking all kinds of electrolytes and taking more magnesium, more potassium. I was like, okay, you have to be careful with that too. And, you know, with taking too much potassium. And then when I switched to LMNT, I stopped getting the leg cramps. I wasn't having enough sodium. So I love these packets. I do 1 packet a day plus a half teaspoon of the chocolate in my coffee. If I'm not having coffee that morning, then I just do the 1 packet. I just like how having like a half teaspoon of this taste in my coffee. So you guys, the thing is, with LMNT, you're going to get the perfect mixture that you need. I will put in the show notes of this video my link so that when you get your first order of LMNT, they will send you a free sample pack so you can sample the most common flavors, and then that way you can see which ones you like the best. But I use LMNT every day, and it's going to be about 3 years, you guys, since I found that, and it has saved me. I do want to point out something in the beginning of your journey. You might need a little bit more of that or a little bit different. I'm going to talk about magnesium. When it comes to your bowel movements changing one way or the other, you have to know that if you get constipated, like I did, and they say, oh, you need magnesium, constipation, you need magnesium, whatever's happening with your bowel system, you need magnesium. You do, but there's different kinds. Take note, if you are constipated, like me, you need to add magnesium glycinate. I'm sorry, cut that. Magnesium citrate. If you're constipated, you need magnesium citrate. Citrate helps to move the bowels. So if you are constipated, you need magnesium citrate. If you are not constipated, if you have diarrhea, don't take citrate. You'll be in there all day long. If you have diarrhea, you want to take glycinate. Okay, what questions do you guys have about that? That's really important. Constipation, citrate. Diarrhea, glycinate. So the question that came up, do I take electrolytes every day? Yes, I took electrolytes every day. But in the beginning of my journey, when my body was transitioning, I had to take citrate because I was constipated. However, once my body got used to the diet, I wasn't constipated anymore. And then I didn't need it anymore. So I went to magnesium glycinate. So that's the difference with the magnesiums. There's different magnesiums depending on what's happening in your body. So I know that Element, they use, the one that they use is really neutral. So it's not going to affect you either way. So if you are having constipation problems, I would just add a little bit of the citrate to that until you get through that period. All right. So KHE, I hope that helps you with your bowel movement situation. Okay. So Element, I will make sure I link that in the comments and the show notes. And number 3, you guys. Okay, during this transition time when you're going from your regular diet to a ketogenic diet, you guys have to get sleep. You have to get sleep. You need 7-8 hours of sleep. Your body is working so hard to transition, to do things in a different way, to use things it hasn't used before. You have to get some sleep. KHE, you're asking me about Miralax. We'll talk about that in one sec. So with your sleep, you guys have to get sleep. Number 3 is get plenty of sleep, at least during this period when you are going through this transition. You need rest. When your body is when your body is fatigued, that's like one of the symptoms, fatigue. Get rest. Go to bed. Get rest. It's not permanent. Just your body needs to transition into this. I'm really hot. I wonder if my husband can turn on the air if he sees me online. Okay, KHE, Miralax. What do I feel about Miralax? Now, you guys know I do not like medicines and prescriptions, so my route is always going to be first to what I can do that's not a medicine, and that's just how I am. So I've not taken that. I don't know about that, but it sounds like, I think that's to relieve the constipation. But what I'm trying to tell you is the magnesium citrate, which is more natural, relieves the constipation. So that's what I did. I didn't use any of the laxatives. Citrate. Mm-hmm. Citrate comes in a liquid form, and it also comes in a capsule. My capsules that I really like are called pure encapsulation, but it also comes in a liquid form, and it won't be forever. So, and also when it comes to bowel movements, I'm going to have to do a whole separate video to unpack that because it's a lot. It has to do with how much water you're having, how much fiber you're having, how much carbs, everything. It's like huge. So I will do a separate video on that. Number 3 in troubleshooting, you guys, when you're going through your transition, limit your workouts. Now, I didn't have this problem because I don't work out yet, but you guys, give your body a break. Now, you guys, my runners and my like triathlon people, and you have to work out every day, blah, blah, blah. You guys are going to have to just cut it down and give your body a break. It has to transition and learn how to use this new fuel, because you're gonna feel fatigued and tired, and then you're gonna try to do an Ironman or something. Your body's, it can't do that yet. Just give it a break. And then when you're able to do it and you're using ketones, you guys, ketones is like jet fuel. Do you know how great you're going to be when you switch over to ketones and you're an athlete? It's going to be awesome. So you guys, limit your workouts for a week or two, just like something less, maybe just some walking or whatever. Let your body transition and get used to this new fuel that it's taking. Number 5. Number 5, I'm going to do in 1 second. Let me just answer Darlene's question. So Darlene's asking about the electrolytes in my water that tastes very salty. Okay, so I had a couple of different electrolytes before I came to LMNT. And, you know, they're tasty, fruity. They have some stevia or monk fruit in them. They're all a little bit different. When I first came to LMNT, remember my other ones, they didn't have enough salt. I was still getting the leg cramps. When I came to LMNT, and when I first tasted the LMNT in my water, you guys, I was like, oh no, there's no way to be able to drink this. It tasted so salty. But then I learned that you can make it according to your taste. So anywhere between 16 to 24 to 30 ounces, you can put as much water as you like it. Now, all of the flavors are so delicious, you guys. They're so delicious. And the salt, you can make it salty or less salty. So you will have to experiment with how you like it. When I first did it, I thought, oh my goodness. But then after, and I said, okay, let me put a little more water. And I found what's the perfect amount of water for me. I like it to be like 22 ounces or whatever. The 16 is a little too salty. And if I do 30, it's like, I want it to be the flavor to be a little more stronger. So you can do that to how you need it. So you'll be fine. So that was Darlene. She was asking if it tastes very salty. It could, Darlene, it could taste salty, but you can add more water to it and make it just right for you. So KHE says it does, but it's so tasty. Yes, it tastes so good, right? It's so good tasting. So KHE also says that she fills up her Stanley with water, and it's still salty. How many ounces is that? Oh my goodness. So yes, it's salty, but it's delicious, but you can dilute it so it can be how you want it, or you can start with a half packet, whatever. But yeah, so I love it. I love it now. All right. So number 5 in troubleshooting, you guys, don't give up. Don't give up. So many people, they give up before they even get their bodies adjusted to this way of eating and get the benefits. So you guys, when that part at the beginning is hard, you guys, you're not only dealing with an electrolyte imbalance that's having your body kind of wonky, but you're also dealing with carb cravings because you're having withdrawals, because we're carb addicts. So it's hard. That first week is hard. But if you give up before you even get to that next chapter where your body's using the ketones, making the ketones, and everything's great, you guys, don't give up. set a date, like, you know what, I'm going to do 30 days, I'm going to do 60 days, I'm going to do 90 days. Just remember, it takes 21 days to make a habit, and it takes 90 days to make a lifestyle. We're going after the lifestyle. Make a commitment to yourself and don't give up. And if it gets hard because you don't feel good, well, you're not going to feel good when you are on all those medicines, when you're having a high blood pressure or diabetes thing or whatever. You're not going to feel good. So this is a temporary not feel good, because you're shifting to something that's going to be better, that you can help, that'll help you get some healing in those areas. So don't give up, give your body a chance. And then that's when you pull out your why. And my why was, I don't want to be on insulin. So if I got a headache for a few days till this, whatever, that you need a big why. So those are the 5 troubleshooting tips. Stay hydrated, take your electrolytes from day one, get plenty of sleep, limit your workout, and don't give up. So you guys, the bonus tip that I'm going to give you in a minute, before I do that, I just want to say, you guys, electrolytes are the key. Like, yeah, do all of those other things, but if you don't have those electrolytes, you're just going to be suffering. You need those electrolytes. I still take a packet every day to this day. In the beginning, I took a little bit more because I needed it, but you will adjust as your body needs it. Let me talk about the adjustment. Darlene. Darlene says, my mom told me I work out way too much. Okay, Darlene, work out some for me, because you know I don't like working out. Work out some for me. Babe, I'm really hot. Thanks. I need some air, some more air. Okay, so you guys, what I do want to tell you about electrolytes, okay, where should I start? You guys, electrolytes, it's so delicate and so different for everybody. Your potassium, your magnesium, and your sodium levels could be a little different on each of us. And even within yourself, from day to day, let me tell you guys, once you lose like a batch of weight, say you lose 10 pounds and you have your electrolytes dialed in, and then you lose another 10 pounds and you're getting a leg cramp or whatever. Every time your body shifts to a different weight and you're holding different amounts of water, or maybe you didn't have enough water that day, you might have a slight electrolyte imbalance. I notice every time I get on my weight loss, you know, I lose weight. It's not steady. It's like I lose weight and then I stay, and then I lose weight and then I stay. But whenever I lose that weight, it's like I have to like recalculate my electrolytes. So guys, keep that in mind. The other thing that I want you to keep in mind is when I fell off and I ate those carbs in 2020, that first time, those were the worst leg cramps of my life. I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital. You guys, my body had gotten so used to not hardly having carbs, and so my water balance was just right. My electrolytes were just right for the amount of carbs that I was having, which was like probably 5 or 7 or whatever's in the eggs. When I cheated, and who knows how many carbs I ate, 100, oh my God, the leg cramps. Immediately, when you eat carbs, your body wants to retain water again. It wants to retain water again, and you don't have any because you released it all, and we don't carry a lot of water and fluid and all that stuff. So it results in a huge electrolyte imbalance, and you get leg cramps. So sometimes I'll have people say, oh, I'm keto and I keep getting leg cramps and they never go away. And I've tried all the electrolytes and I did what you said, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you know they're having some carbs sometimes. Sometimes they're having some carbs, and then the next day, you know, when you're yo-yo, I know because I do it. So I'm preaching to myself. When you yo-yo, like this day you're on, and then you slipped up, and then you're off a few days, and then the next day you're going to be having leg cramps all over the place. Your body's like, do I need to hold on to the water? Oh, you're not eating carbs again? Let it go. You're confusing your body. So make a decision for your lifestyle, but know that your electrolytes, you may have to change them as your body changes. So I'm going to answer another question here. So K-Day says, why am I wired and can't sleep? My family is getting concerned. Thank you. K-Day, I don't know how long you have not been sleeping, but I do know that magnesium glycinate, if you take that about a half an hour before you go to bed, it really helps you to be able to rest. But it could be something more than that. I just don't know. I don't know your life. I don't know what you're eating. It's hard to answer why you're not getting enough sleep. You're wired and you can't sleep. So a couple questions for you, K-Day, that will help the group. Are you having coffee? When are you having coffee? If you're having coffee, how much coffee are you having? Are you having iced tea? Are you having anything caffeinated during the day? Are you doing any of the diet caffeinated drinks? I'm not sure what your diet is. Yeah, it could be a lot there to unpack. But those are some things to think about. But magnesium glycinate really helps with that. And once you get your body into ketosis, that really helps with that also. All right. So the bonus tip, you guys, the bonus tip about troubleshooting the keto flu. The bonus tip is this week I'm creating. Okay, so the bonus tip is you're on a ketogenic lifestyle. You're trying to be on a ketogenic lifestyle. Maybe you're having trouble doing it. Ease into it. Maybe you can ease into it. You guys know I did cold turkey. I was just like, I'm doing it, dealing with whatever comes up, and that's it. But everybody's not a cold turkey type of person like I am. So I'm going to meet you guys where you are. If you're already keto carnivore, great, stay keto carnivore. If you are still like, oh my gosh, I'm having so much trouble, like I did it and then I'm off, and then you guys, I'm going to do a 7-day elimination challenge, and that video is going to come out in the middle of this week, and it's awesome, and it's going to help you eliminate those really bad carbohydrates over 7 days. So you'll know what to do each day from day 0 to day 7. By the time you get to day 7, you're keto carnivore, whatever your goal was. So you can ease into it like that, and then that you'll feel a little less keto flu, but I still want you to take electrolytes. So that's going to be coming up. That's really exciting. That's going to probably be midweek where you're going to see a video, and it's going to be the 7-day elimination challenge. So who needs to do that challenge? Are you guys already, where are you? Are you standard American diet? Are you keto? Are you ketovore? Are you carnivore? Are you kind of carnivore? Let me know in the comments where you are in your regimen. And no shame, there's no shame. If you have not started yet, just put haven't started. And if you guys are interested in my class and the video that's going to be coming up this week, the 7-day carb elimination challenge, it's going to be awesome. So that is what I have for you tonight. I'm hoping that helped you guys. K-Day puts love all that you do for us. Oh, I love that. I love you guys already. That's so nice. I just wish that I had this. So I'm like, if I don't have it, I'm going to give that to someone. So God's Girls Keto. KHE said, you told me to start on 9/2 and I started. That is hilarious. I'm so glad. Good for you. Stay on it. Stay on it. And I hope that you got your coffee situation taken care of. All right. And oh my gosh, KHE, you're over 30 days already. That's awesome. That's so awesome. Make sure I didn't miss any questions. I love that I have my tablet right here and I can see all the questions good. Okay, so that's great. So any other questions, put them in the comments. If you're watching this on the playback, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share me with someone that needs hope, inspiration, or motivation. I want to also now tell you guys a channel. I want to give you guys a channel update. So our channel is looking really good. We're kind of moseying along. We have 500 and 75 or 575 subscribers, maybe 80, something like that. Anyway, that's going really great. We have the number of subscribers that we need. We just need more watch time hours. So that means I need to make more videos, and you guys need to watch more videos. So once we hit 3,000 watch time hours, then we can start the support groups. And I can't wait to do that. I want it to be before the holidays, because you know, holidays. And so that's a channel update. Channel's going great. We're pressing along. We're at a normal pace. And you guys, last week when I was on the cruise, I ran into the person that inspired me to do these YouTube videos. Her name is Linnell, and she does videos about how to get cheap cruises and live on a cruise. And she like lives on the cruise. And I ran into her, and I got to thank her for inspiring me to do these videos. She looked over my channel. She said, I did a great job. Everything's going good. I'm at the normal pace. And so, so yeah, channel's going good. So share me with someone that needs it. And I'm going to start. There's some things in the comments. You guys, give me your questions that you have. Do you have any questions about electrolytes, about any of the symptoms, the troubleshooting? Let's see. Okay, so K-Day, thanks, just meat. K-Day eats meat, just stop. So K-Day, I just stopped. Does that mean I just stopped coffee? Is that what you're saying? You just stopped? And then Tatiana, I want to start counting my carbs. Should I count my vegetables too? Vegetables are carbs. So anything that doesn't have a face has carbs. So yes, because you could overeat even on that. You can eat, like you could make everything with vegetables and still end up having more than 20 carbs. So yeah, if you want to start counting your carbs, you could do that. I did tracking for the first like 2 years, and I used my FitnessPal to do my tracking. I did it for the first 2 years. I'm kind of carnivore now, so when I can count the number of carbs on my hand, I don't need to track anymore, but I did. The tracking really helped me learn about carbs. So yeah, so hopefully you're having your green leafy veg. Awesome. So yeah, if you have not started your ketogenic lifestyle journey yet, be looking for that video coming, the elimination challenge. So that'll be coming out. What questions do you guys have for me today? We covered a lot today, you guys. I had to make up for last week. I missed you guys last week. But it was fun going on the cruise. So you guys, let me give you a real quick cruise food. You guys know I'm not a food channel, but I do have to tell you, cruise food is so easy because they have meat everywhere. So we went to this place called Guy's Burgers. You know, Guy, the burger guy. We had burgers every day. We had cheeseburgers every day. They have a buffet that you can just get meat. They have brisket. They just have meat everywhere. So it's not hard to have what you need on a cruise. So that's kind of what we did. And when we went out to our fancy dinner, we just got this surf and turf, which was steak and lobster. And of course, they put it like on these mashed potatoes. We didn't need the mashed potatoes, and we didn't need the carrots. But yeah, cruising carnivore is so easy. Every morning I had bacon and eggs and sausage or whatever, cheese. Yeah, it was awesome. So that's easy. So, oh, Katie put no. I just stopped. I don't know what you mean. You just stopped keto carnivore altogether, or you just stopped? Why am I? I'm not sure. What did you stop, K-Day? I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. K-Day, what did you stop? Darlene says, I think I'm ketovore, low carbs, and beef, bacon, and eggs. Yeah, beef, bacon, and eggs. Yeah, low carb. So keto is you're keeping your carbs around 20. Ketovore is you're keeping your carbs around 10. Carnivore is you are getting as close to zero as you can, and you're only eating animal products and no veg. So the ketovore, that just depends on how many carbs you're having. And again, keep the carbs green and leafy, because those are the low carbohydrate options when they're green and leafy. Awesome. I hope I didn't miss any of your questions, you guys. I got 10 minutes. But I'm confused. I want to help K-Day, but I'm not sure what did K-Day stop? Okay, tell me in a minute. What else is there, you guys? All right. So do you guys have your electrolytes in control? Give me a thumbs up in the comments if you got your electrolytes under control. Give me a thumbs up in the comments. And again, I will link the element in the video description so that you can click on that link, and on your first order, you'll get a free sample pack with your order so that you can try the most popular flavors. Okay, so K-Day says, I eat meat, just stopped coffee because I felt. Okay, great. Okay. All right, K-Day, that is good that you just stopped the coffee. You know, if you're having trouble sleeping and you just stop the coffee, that's great. So just kind of like let your body sink into that a little bit, but watch the other caffeine things like iced teas or anything. Make sure you're not having them too late. Like I make sure I don't have any iced tea past 2 o'clock. That works for me. Some people have to do it earlier. I only drink 1 cup of coffee a day in the morning, and it's at 7 o'clock, and then that's it. Like I didn't even drink coffee before keto all my life. I just started drinking coffee like at 51, and I make it a keto coffee. I put butter in it and stuff, but yeah, just the one. Darlene says, I'm excited about the 7-day challenge. Awesome. Yes, that's going to be a great challenge. And okay, I see thumbs up. Electrolytes are under control. That is great. KHE put, oh, wow. Oh, wow. KHE, oh, wow, what? Okay. I don't know. Oh, I don't know what that's for. All right. So, okay. So you guys, that's what we have coming up. We have coming up the 7-day elimination challenge. I'm going to even try to share my video with more of my clients at work, my channel, because I want it to get to the 3,000 watch time hours so that we can start the support groups. And KHE stopped coffee. Oh, I know you did, because you went that Dutch Brothers or whatever that was. Good for you, girl. Good for you. I'm not stopping my coffee, but good for you. I can't. Okay. Yes, you guys, what I love is that if you know something that's triggering you, just stopping it, good for you. Because I don't do my triggers either. Things that trigger me, I just don't do them. So that is good. I'm so proud of you, KHE. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of all of you guys. So yeah, so Darlene's going to be starting the 7-day challenge when it comes out this week. So root her on, you guys. If we had our support groups, it'd be easier for us to do that. But you guys, I'm so proud of Darlene. She's going to be starting that. And I know most of you have already started your keto or carnivore journey, but still look at the video. You might pick up some tips on some of those days, like, oh, I should do that too, or whatever. But yeah, we're going to root Darlene on this week, since she's going to be starting that challenge. So you guys, I had fun. I really, really, really missed you last week when I wasn't live. And I can't wait to be live with you again next Monday. And we are going to have at least I'm going to try to get 2 videos out, but for sure the 7-day challenge will get out, and maybe I'll get a short out if I don't get another video out. And you guys hang in there. I will put some posts in our post area during the week so that I can keep you guys motivated. But you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. It doesn't shut off. Okay.